Hey guys, good afternoon. It is about 12:30. Actually, it's 12:29 p.m. Pacific, basically about 12:30. And I want to welcome you to this little bit of a Saturday afternoon vlog, as well as a bit of a channel update. I was originally going to do this channel update yesterday, but never got a chance to do it because, I just kept messing up a little bit, and then my bus arrived, so might as well do it here on this live vlog as well. So, with that said, let's get into the first of all the update for the channel, so that you guys can have an idea of what's to come in the next few weeks. As I get ready to test something here for a second. Hold on. As I get ready. Okay, I'm just testing something on my PS4. But like I said, I just wanted, again, what I was trying to say is, I want to give you guys an idea of what's to come by starting off with the channel update over the next several weeks. And basically, the next several weeks kind of is very intriguing. Now, a lot could change. Basically, what I'm about to tell you, you could put like an asterisk next to, if you will. You can put like an asterisk next to it because things could indeed change in the future. And excuse me, that I was drinking the coffee. And the reason I say that is because even though right now it seems like everything's good to go, it doesn't mean that it will be. That's kind of what I'm getting at, if you will. I'm not saying that it will be. I'm not saying that things are going to be the same. I'm just saying that right now this is what's planned. But again, you can put an asterisk next to it because again, things could indeed change in the future. I know I just said that a lot, so I do apologize. But yeah, things could indeed change. But so these are, I guess you can call them, these are tentative plans. Like this is what's right now on the table, but it could change. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I'm kind of repeating myself because I'm trying to tag, link this up onto Twitter and stuff. So no. Oh, no, I hate that. It seems that Microsoft Edge has been having problems lately. It's like you click on something, then it goes back. I don't know why it does that. Here we go. It's like I was trying to tweet and it said, "Oh, you want to save or disregard?" I don't understand why it said that. But anyway, though. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here, give you guys a bit of a, do a bit of a vlog and also a channel update. So, without further ado, because I know some people are like, get on with it kind of deal, and we're about 3.5 minutes in. Let's start off with the channel update, and like I was trying to say, my schedule over the next few weeks, it kind of works in my favor a little bit, kind of, not really, because like I said, you can put an asterisk next to all of them, and next to what I'm going to say, I should say, you can put an asterisk next to what I'm going to say, and you'd probably be right for doing it because basically things could change. And what I'm trying to get at finally, I know I'm stumbling a little bit. I'm drinking a bit of coffee and I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can because I have an opportunity, a window opened, if you will, for right now on a Saturday. And not a long window, but just a big enough window. But anyway, and that being a window of opportunity. But anyway, getting back on what I was trying to say, basically my work schedule kind of works in my favor over the next several weeks. Tentatively works in my favor, not saying it's going to, because because here's the thing, I thought my schedule in the past was going to work in my favor because of the way it was set up originally, and then it changed, and I had to change plans. So right now, the schedule tentatively, and put asterisk right next to it, tentatively is I'm going to be off in the middle of the week for the next few weeks, starting this upcoming week. In other words, I'm going to work 4 out of 5 days: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, what's interesting, though, is those days also kind of work in my favor as well, a little bit, mostly in the morning. The morning basically being, with the exception of maybe Monday, because I have to leave about, I'd say an hour and 40 minutes earlier than the next couple of days. But basically, for the rest of them, like Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have most of the morning to myself. So I could do like a Topics on My Mind live stream right here. Now, what the middle of the week, which is Wednesday, what that does for me as of right now, unless things change, is it allows me to do a midweek Topics on My Mind live stream, not early in the morning or not during the morning before I have to leave. No, it allows me to do a live stream whenever I want throughout the day. Now, again, like I said, things indeed could change. So I'm not basically saying that's set in stone. I'm not saying any of what I want to do or what I plan to do is set in stone. I'm just saying right now that's the plan, the tentative asterisk-like plan that I have in mind. That if nothing changes, that's what's going to happen going forward. That I'm going to basically be able to, like I said, have some time to myself and not have to worry about anything in the future, not have to worry about any kind of interruptions or anything. The only interruptions I may get is a phone call that I may end up getting in the middle of Wednesday, because the tradition is basically to check is getting a phone call to check up on things, to make sure things are going all right between me and my mom, which is cool because it ensures me and ensures her everything is fine on both ends. But anyway, like I said, basically, the plan right now is for me to do some live streams, possibly to take advantage of the opportunity I'm going to be given. Now, one of the things I do plan to do come Wednesday, not saying this is set in stone, not saying it's set in stone or anything, is I plan to kind of rearrange my room a little bit. Now, what I mean by that is, if you've seen some of my room tours, you've noticed that my DVDs and some of my MLP collection is right over here. My TV is right over here in the corner. Now, you might say that's a decent setup, and it is. In a way, it is a decent setup. But I've kind of been thinking that if I plan to expand my horizons, in other words, basically get a bigger TV in the future, that I need to put it in, and I want to put it in this room, it's got to be in an area that's big enough for it. Now, I look at my TV here and I'm thinking, well, if I don't want to move anything, then the best solution is to get a 4K monitor that's about the same size. And that's cool if I have to do that. But they seem to be a little bit more than some of the TVs now, or just a bit more. So my plan is either get a monitor if nothing works out, or if things work out and nothing changes. This is why I put an asterisk next to my scheduling and I'm saying it's tentative. If nothing changes in between now and then, or this upcoming Wednesday, my plan is to move my entertainment center, or my little my entertainment. Well, it's not necessarily my TV stand that was given to me by my cousins. My plan is to take my TV stand, move it to the center move it right where my figures are, and then move the other stuff over to where it used to be. Because if I pictured it right, things should be cool to go. Things should be cool to go, and we can just, hopefully without any problems, have a little bit more leeway, a little bit more room, if you know what I mean. If they have a little bit more leeway, have a little bit more room. Anyway, that's one of the plans. And what I plan to do, which is kind of weird, I'm thinking about this because I've seen some people do this at times, and it's kind of do like a live stream of showing me actually doing it so that you guys could see that, hey, I'm willing to go through a bit of a change here. I'm willing to go through a bit of a change here to make this happen. Because I have in my mind is set on getting a 43-inch TV at my job, and if it's still there, which it should be, they always restock TCL one, which is 4K. So it'll be like a gift to myself, basically. Like I said, it's a gift to myself after everything I've gone through. So yeah, basically that's the plan right now. Hold on, guys. Let me check something. Okay, but yeah, that's basically the plan right now. Is to go in that direction, to go that route. So yeah, that's basically the plan, and and the same goes for a lot of other stuff that I have in the works. I kind of have planned out. Like I want to do some PMVs and stuff, which I could probably do some today, but it all depends on the opportunities that you have in front of you and working around them, working around living situations and all that. So yeah, basically, as I said, the plan as of right now is to go that route, to move some stuff and kind of try to make it look a little bit more decent. Because I know some people are like, well, why don't you kind of I mean, I had my nephew this past Tuesday because we had a kind of a small birthday party for my mom. Him and his girlfriend looked at the place and looked at my room and was like, hey, you need to probably do a few things, switch it up a little bit. And, they have a point. I do have to change things up. But, excuse me there. But, that's just, that's in due time, if you will. I would like to hang up my TV, or at least if I get a bigger one, I'd like to hang it up. But you see, the only problem is this. The only problem is, well, I don't want to get too much into it, but let's just say when you rent a place, when you rent instead of own, you want to be very careful about what you do, like what you hang up, what you display, stuff like that, because if you have to end up moving all of a sudden, you don't want to have to worry about taking down a lot of stuff and leaving a lot of damage. Even though I was told one time when they did an inspection, I was told one time that, hey, do whatever you want. If you ever do move or something like that, that these people are going to come in, clean it up, no problem. So, and that was good to hear. To at least hear, hey, they're letting me and my mom and anybody else that lives with us, or that comes to live with us in the future, if certain circumstances happen. I'm glad they at least gave us someone from the property management at least said, hey, you have free range to do whatever you want, so that if you do move, you don't have to worry. They're going to clean things up. So I'm glad that at least they said that. I'm glad they said that to kind of ease a lot of the nerves and everything, but still, you want to be careful, because here's the thing about property managements or landlady or landlord ownership, if you will. It could change. I know that when I lived in Prairie View or lived at Prairie View Apartments in Lawrence, Kansas, we had various landladies and landlords change. So, just when you get accustomed to one person, suddenly somebody else comes around, and when they come around, they either keep things the same or sometimes the rules change. They will change a few things. They will change a few rules. They might even go with different maintenance people, or they may say, hey, you need to do this or that, which would explain why, maybe in my opinion, why I went from the second floor, if you will, to the upper echelon back when I lived there. Long story short, I had to do a move within. I had to do it was technically a moving out, moving in kind of deal within the same complex. All I was doing was just going up to the upstairs kind of deal. And that was about it. But the point is, what I'm getting at is that basically, I had to take a lot of the stuff down out and move it up to my new area, all within one day. So that was kind of strange, but in the end, it worked. Out. And what's funny is, I still have photos, I think, of both places, and you can tell that basically it's just been switched around. Like my room would be on this side, and then when I moved to the upstairs, my room was on that side, kind of deal, or whatever. But I made the best of it. But yeah, anyway, though, like I was saying, getting back to the channel update portion, basically that's my plan. If nothing changes, changes in the upcoming week, my plan is to do a bit of rearranging over here, and hopefully without any complications, get things changed up a little bit, refresh some things, so that if I do eventually get a 43-inch TV, which is the plan because I did measure it, things will be fine. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, that's the plan. And again, still plan to do some PMVs. Probably going to be doing a review soon, a comic book review, and that's going to be on the Crossover. So check that out. That's going to be happening. And really, that's about it. I mean, I'm going to be doing a few more other videos. Like I know I haven't done another cartoon flashback video since I did the newest one, so I have to look into doing that. I got another movie of the month coming up for September. I do have some live streams, hopefully, if the server on the PS4 and 2K isn't messed up. Hopefully I can get some CAW, Creative Wrestling League live streams out. But yeah, besides that, just have a whole lot of things planned out. But right now, the kind of like tentative plans, asterisk right next to it, because like I said, my schedule could change within the next week or so. I mean, next Wednesday, for all I know, the Wednesday that I have the following week could be a work day. We don't know. But that's about it for the channel update portion of the video. Let's get into the vlog. Now to get into the vlog one, guys. And I'll be honest with you. As I said, this past Monday on my courtesy of my GoPro, this past Monday, things started to get back to a semi-normal basis. And what I meant by that is anybody that lives with somebody that's a teacher of any field in any kind of educational level, if you will, basically what I'm trying to say is anybody that lives with someone that's a teacher on any educational level, they look at, obviously they look at the summer, and they're like, wow, this makes things complicated for some of my plans, whether it's to do live streams on YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, whatever. Hold on for a sec. Be right back, guys. Hello? Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Like I said, that's kind of an example of what I'm talking about. When I was doing the channel update, that on Wednesdays that kind of stuff could happen with this phone or that phone right there. Man, that's good because she was just letting me know that she had to go take care of something in Tracy, and the place she had to go take care of it wasn't opened, even though, when you look online, it kind of says that it is open. But obviously, she and a lot of other people that went there as well were not happy. And we don't know if it's because of what's going on, which is the virus and all that, or what, or business was too slow. I don't know. But a place like where she had to go to, which is a bank, we all, in the weekend, sometimes is the only time we get to go to the bank to cash something or deposit something. It wasn't open when it was supposed to be. So don't know if they were at lunch. Don't know if they decided just to close up early or because it was slow. I don't know. Or someone may have contracted the virus and they decided to close up and didn't tell anybody. I don't know. Anyway, though, like I said, what was I trying to get at? Oh, yeah. Like I said, this past Monday, when I did the video courtesy of my GoPro, we kind of got back to a semi-normal basis. And what I meant by that is anybody that lives with somebody that teaches on any kind of educational level knows what a certain break during the school year does. Whether you live stream on YouTube, Twitch, Vimeo, Facebook, Twitter, maybe, or wherever, you realize that, when you live with somebody that has a job that's, not, well, I guess you could say it's kind of not seasonal, but it's kind of like it is kind of seasonal, if you will. I guess being a teacher is kind of a seasonal job, 10-month season, 10 months to 9 to 10 months, 5 to 10 months, seasonal job, whatever. You realize that you have to change things up, especially when they have a break. And during any break, whether it's summer, spring, Christmas, you have to switch things up because basically when they're around, which is a good thing, it's always great to have family around. But when they're around, you really got to put more attention on what they are asking of you or what they want of you or they need of you than over your priority of over your other, I guess you could consider them priorities in your mind, being like what I'm doing, live streaming or whatever. So it is kind of complicated. I mean, I was watching, for example, I was watching Alex Hicks, just Alex, formerly known as the Lex Man. I was watching one of his live streams recently this past week. I think it was of what was it, SummerSlam or something else. I can't remember. I think it might have been SmackDown. I'm not really sure, but it was a video he did, and basically during the video, it seemed like he was about to get interrupted. It was a live stream. It seemed like he was about to get interrupted. It's like, he was trying to talk to us, but then all of a sudden he started hearing someone like yelling at him or yelling for him, and he's like, "What? So that's kind of, so when you see when you see someone like just Alex having to deal with something like that, it kind of gives you an idea of what you have to do as somebody that lives with family or lives with anybody that has a job that's seasonal, whether it's 5 to 10 months, a whole year or whatever, or if it's a year-round job or whatever. This shows you mostly what you have to do, not year-round, but mostly like seasonal. It shows you what you have to do when they go on these breaks. You have to work around it. And my advice to Alex, although he's his own person, Alex could do whatever he wants. He's been doing it for 10 years. He's been finding a way to work around his living situation for 10 years. As have I been doing it for about 12. But anyway, the point that I'm getting at is basically he knows how to work around it. Sometimes he has to find a way to work around it. Like, he has to wait till them occupied doing something else before he does something. Now, I don't know how his living situation is, his room arrangements in his house are, but I do know that my room is right here, living room's right there. So, you got to be very tentative and careful of how you do a video and all that, because, they might hear something. They may hear something and take it the wrong way. So, like I said, for me, on Monday with my GoPro, things are back to a semi-normal basis as of right now. But just like I mentioned in the channel update, when it comes to my scheduling, you might want to put the word tentative and put an asterisk next to the whole semi back to normal deal, because of the fact that even though a lot of teachers are going back and getting retrained right now, like my mom is, they could suddenly get bombarded with the news of, okay, your training's complete, but guess what? You're going to teach the kids, instead of teaching them in person with a limited amount of kids, you're going to teach them all from home, courtesy of Zoom. And that could happen. That could indeed happen. So it's one of those situations where, like I said, you just got to work around it, and like I say, go from there, and see what happens. If you know what I mean, just see what happens. But honestly, like I said, it's how do I put this? Honestly, sometimes it's for the best. It's for the best. Sometimes if things change, and because even though, like I said, semi-normal basis right now, sometimes it's for the best that they change. But yeah, like I said, getting back to what I was trying to say there, I had my mind on something else there for a second. I was thinking about something. But like I said, yeah, things are back to a semi-normal basis, and with my, so I'm able to, like I said, hopefully get some opportunities in the future to do more with my channel. Now, here's the thing. As far as the rest of the week went for work, it surprisingly, I guess it's because of my schedule this week, that it went by surprisingly fast. I mean, it seemed like, I'll put it this way. Anytime I clocked in, it felt like it started out a little slow, and then suddenly it just ramped up, and it was like the day was over before you knew it. So that was cool. That was cool with me. The one thing I will say that I've been doing, I've kind of figured out how to do, basically with my schedule, the one thing I figured out how to do is basically when I'm scheduled at a certain time, of course I got to take the bus. But instead of waiting for the bus to take me to my destination, because it's been a while, so I'm kind of still trying, I'm basically trying to figure out, okay, Do I go back on the same bus? Do I go back on the same bus after they do the 15-minute break at the Veterans Park in downtown Patterson, or do I switch buses? So it makes me wonder. So I'm still trying to work that out, trying to figure out if I go on the same bus or I switch. So basically what I've been doing is when they drop us off at the park, depending on the situation, I will walk from the park to my job. And what's funny is it takes me 20 something minutes or less, but mostly 20 minutes. Hold on. Be right back. Hello? Sorry about that, guys. Again, like I said, my mom's not happy with what they did, what the bank did, basically. Anyway, though, what was I getting at? Oh yeah. Basically, long. I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. What I would do is I would walk. It would take me about 20 minutes or so just to get from the bus stop, and at Veterans, I think it's called Veterans Park, or Veterans Memorial Park, in downtown Patterson. It takes me about 20 minutes or less to get to my job by walking. And what's funny is there are times throughout this week that I beat the bus that I would be taking to go to my job from Veterans Park. I'd be beating it just barely, or there were times that it would beat me, or we'd get there at the same time. Now you might say, well, why don't you just wait there at the park? Well, I could, but like I said, I'm still trying to figure out exactly, do I remain on the same, do I go back to the same bus, or do I go on a different bus? Now, when it comes to the 11 o'clock bus that I take from over here near Main Street, when I take that bus, I know I have to switch. But because of my scheduling, guess what? I just have to walk. I just have to walk my way to my job. And sometimes, like I said, I get there at the same time the bus does, or as of yesterday, I beat it. I beat the bus there, and because I have PTO, even if I get there after 11:45, I'm covered. Heck, I got there a minute after 11:45. So I beat my bus by walking. Here's the thing. Yesterday, I walk from the park to my job. I get to my job. I go through the whole screening situation that, they have us do because of what's going on, the whole screening situation. Then I go to the front end computer. Usually I go to the back, but I go to the front end, and I clock in with 1 minute, or should I say a minute to 1 minute after 11:45. So 1 minute after 15 minutes, but a minute before the bus shows up, because the bus usually shows up there about 11:47. So I beat it there. I beat it there by foot after it dropped me off at the Veterans Memorial Park. Hold on. Here we go again. Hello? Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Um. No. Yeah. Right. I don't know.
Sorry about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 actually, that's Safeway. No, not Safeway, but Nob Hill. No, Nob Hill. Yeah. Okay. Okay, sorry again about that, guys. Yeah, like she said, she's just venting over the fact that her bank says they're open till a certain time on a Saturday, and then she shows up there and they're not open. Again, like, and she even thought the same thing I do. The only thing she could think of is somebody caught the virus, and and they had to close. So, again, I do apologize for that. That's why I said sorry about this, because everybody knows that when you live with somebody and they're angry and then they call you up and tell you why they're angry, that basically that they're going to rant for a while, they're going to vent for a while, and they rightfully have a reason to, especially when they have to drive 40 something minutes or 40 something minutes, 40 to 50 minutes down to another city to the bank, because where they live or where they live, or the town that may be 12 miles away from them, doesn't have an ATM, or not ATM, but doesn't have a bank in the vicinity. So, I can't blame her for doing that. But yeah, she's just not happy right now about that. But anyway, what was I trying to say before I get over? Oh yeah, but as I was saying before that, basically, long story short, I would either beat the bus or we get there at the same time, or get there just a bit before me. But yeah, I'd walk and everything from the bus stop to my job. And there are times that, there are times, and like I said, there are times when I do this, it's because what I'm trying to say is, let me get some coffee there. Again, kind of a little thrown off with the phone call, which is okay. It's cool. But like I said, there are times that now, I mean, I kind of have an idea about the 11 o'clock. I do have to switch buses there when we get to Veterans Park. But, when it comes to like the morning, like the 9:15 or the 7:30, 7:30 and the 7:31, I'm pretty sure I'd stay on the same bus. But sometimes I wonder now. And the 9:15, that's kind of like up in the air too. So I'm not really sure, not too sure about it yet. But again, what I do is I basically what I'm trying to get at is it takes me just about the same amount of time it takes for the bus to get to the same destination as it is for me to get there on foot. So from Veterans Park. So that's basically what I do at times. That's basically what I've been doing. I mean, I will get on the bus if I have to, because I kind of have an idea of exactly what to do. But there are various other times where I'll just walk, and that's it. Because again, I don't know exactly what bus to go on, although I'm kind of getting an idea. Kind of get back into the groove of things, and just go from there. But sometimes walking a little bit lets me kind of like just do my own thing, and sometimes if I can, lets me, if I'm careful enough, because there's one area that I walk on that basically they have to pave with sidewalk, like on this side, it's all sidewalk. The other end they still have to do it as well. But sometimes will give me an opportunity to maybe do a video if I can while I'm going to work. So it does open up that possibility. But yeah, I've been just walking to work lately a lot. After Veterans Park, with a few exceptions. I'll get back on the bus a couple of times. But besides that, I just walk to work and just enjoy the sunshine that I can, and just get my exercise, get my legs going, because I know I'm going to be walking all day. And so far, like I said, the week it went by quick. It went by really quick. Like, um, basically, like I said, it went by really quick. It was, it's like you clock in, and then it's over. It's like the day just goes by quick. It's like it starts slow, then it begins. Oh, then it ends, I should say. Now, I'm not going to lie. There were some situations throughout the week that, even though most of it was a good week for a lot of us. In fact, my CSM, Vanessa, she says she had a good week, and with the exception of yesterday. And what I mean by the exception of yesterday, you could tell. I'll say this: you can tell that the guy that was there, even though we went, because here's the thing: the guy did not have his receipt. The guy didn't have his receipt, or didn't have his receipt. He had what he had on file. I guess he brought what he did, which was a charger battery or something. I don't know, but he didn't have his receipt. So again, and there was this battery. I don't know if it was. I don't know. Well, I don't know if that was his or what. I can't remember. It might have been. I don't know. But anyway, there was this guy that came in, and basically, I think he was returning something. Again, I think it was. Yeah, it was the battery. So I was just thinking about what it was, trying to confirm what it was. It was like a battery charger, for like a car battery and stuff, or something like that. Now you might say, well, he should be able to return it, right? Yeah, he should. There's no doubt about that. But here's the thing: as complicated as it is, our company, along with other companies, have similar, if not identifiable policies when it comes to returns. One of them is, if you don't have your receipt, well, do you have your credit card? Do you have your debit card, your bank card, your credit card? Because if you have that, we can look it up with that. With everything, being automatic, with cards having chips now and everything. You think to yourself, not think to yourself, but what I'm trying to get at is, okay, what I'm trying to get at, I'm sorry, I'm still distracted off that. But what I'm trying to get at is, one of the similar, if not identifiable policies that my company and other companies have is, if you don't have your receipt when it comes to returns, if you don't have your receipt, then basically, if you have your card, if you purchased with a card, which is either your debit, credit, or your debit card, your credit card, or even your store credit card, which is like a Walmart credit card through Capital One, or a Target credit card, or Kohl's, whatever. If you have that, and most of them have a chip nowadays, that's the fact. Most of them do have a chip. Then all you have to do is insert the chip, and we'll be able to look up the history with it. We'll be able to look up the history, and we'll be able to scan the items UPC, and we'll be able to, refund that person right then and there with a by card, either back onto the card or by cash or whatever. Well, this guy had neither. He had no receipt. He had no credit card, but he was rudely insistent of getting his money back. Now you might say, well, doesn't Walmart or Target, still return it and give a gift card in return? We used to. But here's the thing. We used to do that, but because people, okay, here's why things changed at our company and other companies. Because what people would do, I'll give you an example. This I purchased this. This is from my own money. I purchased it. But what people would do is they would take an item like this. Like this is supposed to have a hook on it somewhere. They have them hooked up now. But what people would do is they would take the item. It's like, okay, let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, like here they would take the item. It would be hanging up. Take it down. And then what they would do is they would go to customer service and they would try to return this. Even though it could clearly show on the security cameras, because we do have them there, that person took it down and they're trying to return it. That's why the policies changed. That's why now you have to have your credit card or you have to have your receipt with you when you come to return. Because if you don't have neither, then we're not going to return it. But this guy was so insistent on returning this item that, and like I said, he was rudely insistent of it, that he looked at my CSM Vanessa, who's been there just as long as, well, not as long as I have. I think she's a year after me or something like that. She's been there about almost 5 years. But he looks at her. He looks at CSM Barbara, who's been there as long as I have, if not longer. She's been there longer, about a year. Well, basically about the same. Yeah, actually, she's been there just as long as I have. And he says, and I don't know what it was. Vanessa's there because she's got to, get the CSM keys from Barbara because, they're transferring over like a little bit of, control or running the front end. So she gets up there. And of course, being a fellow CSM, she also has to be there to see what's going on. I don't know if she tried to mention something to Barbara about what was about, because of the situation, like, oh, well, we need this. I don't know if she said something to try to, work this, kind of work something out or kind of, look at the situation, if you will, or whatever the case it may have been, kind of help out, basically. But the moment she may have said something to try to diffuse the situation or help out with this return, if you will, the moment she says one thing, the guy just looks at her and says, I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to her. Just rude to her. And then another girl by the name, we call her Gila, another girl who's kind of like a part-time CSM, partial CSM when she has to be, she tries to help go up there to see what's going on. He's rude to her. Basically, overall, this guy was rude to everybody that tried to help him, including Barbara, including our ASM, our assistant manager, Karina. He was rude with all of them, even Karina, who I like Karina, I really do, because she understands where we come from. She understands us. She is willing to work and do a register if she has to, if we get busy. She understands us. She's cool in my book, no doubt. But basically, Karina is just like, when someone like this gets on her nerves, and the same with ASM Lydia, because they both kind of understand where we come from, and I'm cool with both of them, and they understand where we all come from. When they deal with someone like this, they're just like, they do what my mom would used to do at times, and I guess I inherited that a little bit. My sisters inherited it a little bit. But when we get people like that and we walk away from them, the one thing our ASMs do that I get a kick out of is just like they just want to they just want to take that person and they just want to visually, they want to take that visually in the mind. They just want to just rip at that person. They just want to beat that person to a pulp if they could, but they can't. They can't because they're the customer. And like with any store, unfortunately, the number one thing is the customer is always right. Always right. Heck, we told someone from what we call 100, which is our asset protection security, if you will. And he was like, bull crap. Bull crap. Anyway, long story short, I guess they did find out that the guy did purchase it. Because they went through all this here's the thing. This is why the policies changed. This is why the policies changed, folks. To avoid going through all this BS. To avoid going through all this BS. You know, because like I said, it's one thing if you want to return something and you have the receipt, or if you don't have the receipt, you have your card that you may have purchased it with. That's one thing. And there are exceptions sometimes to the deal. There are some exceptions. You know, if it's perhaps something that can be salvaged or replaced or whatever, that's fine. But there are certain items that we have to basically have the receipt or the credit card or the card that you purchased it with, or the receipt that shows proof that you purchased it with, because of what they are. And it's like the reason, and basically the reason for this is because to avoid going through all this trouble. Because you go through all this trouble, you know what you do? You alienate all the other customers that need help, and you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. So that, with that being the one thing for Vanessa, overall, she, like a lot of us, had a good week. Me, on Wednesday, though, I had a good week. And Wednesday was probably I would kind of say the easiest work day. Not really. I'll put it this way. It was the most exhausting work day, even though I had plenty of rest. Why? Because of the fact that whoever did the scheduling for cart pushers basically said, we ain't going to have a cart pusher in the morning. So guess what, Brian? You're doing carts. Which I don't have a problem doing. I really don't, honestly. I mean, I may get exhausted by it. I may get frustrated by it. I don't have a problem. I've gotten from the point of when I do carts, of when I first started doing carts, back when I started, to doing them now, it's like, it's a piece of cake. No problem. I can do it. I focus on it. I can do it. Even, let me see. Even when I'm wearing this. Well, not wearing this. I wear this on the bus. This is my Skull Candy earphones. Oh, here they are. Get them out here. Or I'm wearing these. These are my Pro Buds, my Tusami Pro Buds. And the wording kind of faded off on them. It used to say Pro Buds right there, but now they kind of faded out. But they still work. And I wear these when I do the carts. Sometimes I just wear one if it gets busy, or I wear none if it's really busy. But I wear them because they allow me to listen to music or podcast, and I can pass the time. The only thing that, again, made me exhausted was it was warm, it was humid, and of course, you have to wear these. Now, what I do is I put it on like this, because I got to work indoors. But when I'm outside, I just pull it down like that. If I'm doing carts and I don't have to be around anybody, I do this so I can breathe. It's, mostly because it's humid and it gets warm when you're wearing this. But when I see customers walking out and they're wearing it and not knowing how what the mindset is, I immediately put it back up so I don't, so they don't get offended or anything like that. But yeah, basically, I don't have a problem doing carts. I enjoy it. Sometimes I even help out customers. Like if I hear, like sometimes a customer, like on Wednesday, will ask me to help them put a 40-pack case of water in, and I will do that. But like I said, but as I said, I don't have a real problem. It's just What frustrates me sometimes when I do it is the people that drive around the vicinity. They drive around. Sometimes they don't stop. They just keep going, and you're putting people like me, whether I'm wearing headphones or not. You're putting people like me or the other car pushers in danger when you do that. It's no wonder why some people left the company, left the store, because they didn't like doing that job anymore because it put them in danger. Because people didn't give a damn. I mean, we had one cop pusher up one time get hit because somebody wasn't paying attention. Fortunately, he turned out okay, but still, it's like, you're not just putting yourself at risk, whether you have headphones on or not, but these customers are doing the same thing. And sometimes, Lord forgive me for saying it, customers can be impatient. They can be impatient when they want to park, because I could have the mule, like I could be standing, I could be holding a cart like this. Holding a cart like this. Like I'm holding a cart like this. I have the machine down there. I have the remote in one hand, which is for the electric cart. It's a Mart cart, if you will, or the mule as we call it. I could have that, and I don't have a problem. And I'm just going moseying along, doing my job, collecting carts. And sometimes I'll have to stop just to get some carts, just to get like a corral of carts, load them up. But then all of a sudden I'll have somebody right in the back of me, and I'll have to move forward, and I'll have to walk back and get the carts, or I'll have to come back around and get the carts later on, because that person, that customer, wants a Pacific parking space. And it's like, dude, dudette, can you not wait a second? I'm trying to do my job here. And, thankfully some are patient, but some are not. But anyway, overall, though, I don't really mind doing that. I don't mind having to do carts if I have to, because they know they can rely on me on doing it, and they know I have experience. All they have to do is look at my records and be like, oh, well, wait a minute, this guy can do carts. Cool. The other thing that made it easy for me on Wednesday, exhausting and easy, was I also got to sit down at the wellness center, or in the pharmacy side doors, which is now the associate employees entrance, to help screen people. So basically, I would just sit there and I would screen people when they would come in, ask them the questions that we need to ask them, and go from there. And even though that's an easy job to do, and sometimes what a lot of people do, including myself, is to buy the time, we'll look at our phone, whatever, or if they need us to, and they most times will want us to, clean the area, sanitize, clean the windows, clean the desks and all that, or clean basically the area, like clean the windows on the doors, clean where you're sitting, stuff like that, sanitize it down. If they need us to do that, we will do it. It'll help pass the time. The only frustrating thing about it, though, is we have signs that basically say emergency exit only. Big old sign that's displayed, kind of like, it's like one of those. It's like one of those billboards, or I wouldn't say billboards, but one of those signs that people put out to let you know where to go, where something's at or located. It's like a barricade-like sign. And even though on this barricade sign it's saying emergency exit only, and then on the window, and we even have a banner on some barricades, on some metal barricades, and it's on the outside. The gate barricades, like you would see it like traditionally at a wrestling event or something. Even though we will have a banner that says emergency exit only, and even though we would have signs on the window that says employee and associates entrance only, customers don't see that. Customers will just be like, doo 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 doo. Oh, I'm gonna go in here, doo 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 doo. And the person sitting there saying, ma'am, sir, that way, go to the other side. And there will be customers that will be frustrated with it. They'll be angry, like, are you serious? We're right here. We say, yeah, but, because look, we understand the frustration. Like, hey, they're parked right there. It's easier for them to go this way. Okay, fine. We understand that. But what they need to understand, because of what's going on right now, we have to sacrifices have to be made. Sacrifices have to be made. Things have to be changed, altered, modified, even though they don't make sense. And what frustrates not just me or anybody that watches that area is sometimes we will try to tell somebody that walks in, a customer, hey, you got to go this way. They'll just ignore us. They'll just keep going like, I don't hear you. I don't hear you. I don't see nobody. I'm coming in. It's like, are you serious? It's like, are you serious? Do you not see the sign? Do you not hear us? Are we invisible? Now, I can understand sometimes older people, elders may not understand because they're so used to things being a certain way. Like, there are people that are not used to self-checkout still because they're used to doing it a certain way. Or, as I said before in one video, there are people that are used to going to a register because some of the places they may go to most of the time or promptly go to at times don't have register lights that go on and off. So I understand it's just a habit, but you have to understand right now it's just a temporary situation. They have to understand that. And besides that being the only frustrating thing for me when it comes to being at the wellness center doing that, overall Wednesday was good. Thursday and Friday were good. I mean, I just started getting back into the groove of things. Like, I just get in there, boom. If I see it's busy and I walk over and I see an assistant manager or CSM at the register, I know exactly what I have to do. Walk over to that register unless they say otherwise, take over for them. And if they do say otherwise and say, hey, go over here because that person needs a break, that's what I do. But overall, it was an interesting week. It was a good week, interesting, warm. Thank God that the smoke has dispersed around our area, even though there is a little bit of smoke from the SCU lightning complex fires. A little bit of it dispersing around here, not much. Overall, besides that, it's been a good week. I mean, we celebrated my mom's birthday not once but twice, last Saturday and of course on this past Tuesday. And then about a week ago, we celebrated my niece's birthday, as well as the homecoming of my great niece as well, the first niece since my niece, who had her. So, yeah, we celebrated my niece's birthday. And then 2 days before my niece's birthday, she had my great niece. So we had a double celebration on Monday for that, on the 17th for that. So that was pretty cool. But overall, it's been a decent week. It's been a decent month. I'll put it that way. Like I said, the only thing about me right now is my schedule is kind of like, it's kind of right now, my work schedule is at that moment where, you realize it's going to pick up. Like right now, this is just the calm before the storm. And when it does pick up, that's usually when I know my hours are going to get better. But right now things have just been fine. Like I said, a plan, as I said in the update, the plan basically for this upcoming week, hopefully if nothing changes on Wednesday, is to change things up a little bit. I have an idea of how to get things taken care of, how to move things around. So hopefully things will be all right. Besides that, not really much else going on besides what I've mentioned. And again, what's just been happening today, again, I do apologize for the interruptions, but I can understand where my mom's coming from when it comes to being frustrated about something, because you go all the way to go take care of something. And that place either closed or it's booked up or whatever. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's like, because here's the thing, here's the thing. Several weeks ago, when we went to go get a Starbucks after she picked me up from work, that Starbucks, which is right across the street from where I work now, was closed. And we only find out that it's because somebody got in. It's only because Starbucks put a sign up saying, by the way, we're closed because of reasons. And we knew what those reasons were. If the bank my mom goes to was closed because of certain reasons, those same reasons, Why didn't they put a sign out? Why didn't they say anything? You know what I'm saying? It just didn't make any sense, honestly. It really didn't. But overall, though, um, yeah. Besides that being the only issue, it's been a good week. It's been good. I mean, one of the things I've been doing a lot lately, after I get home from work, and I've been doing this ever since this whole outbreak occurred, and ever since we've had several reports of it at my job over the past several months. Not recently, thank God, but over the past several months. One of the things I've been doing is coming home and recently I've been picking up the pads and everything that I would put down for our dog just in case she has accidents and all that, which thankfully she doesn't. One of the things I do, and I've even done this during the summer break, is I'll go into the shower, I'll get a set of clothes like this, like my shorts and everything, and shirt, and I'll put them in the bathroom, and I'll go into the bathroom, and I'll take a shower, and I'll just rinse myself off, because I pretty much something tells me, something tells me go and do it. And I started doing this basically one day when they had me doing carts a couple months ago, and it was hot, so I wanted to clean off any sweat and stuff I had. But also, it was around the time we started doing the screenings, putting the mask and all that. And basically, because I don't want to be infected. I don't think anybody does. One of the things I do when I come home is I wash up. I go into the shower. I just clean myself up, wash my hair, put some body wash on. There you go. And come out, all refreshed and everything, because you know what? I feel cleaner and I lessen the chance of being infected. So, but that's what I do. That's what I've been doing. But yeah, besides that, besides all that, not really much has been going on throughout this week. And otherwise, besides, like I said, celebrating my mom's birthday a week ago, my niece's birthday, and then my oldest sister's birthday is this Monday. So, yeah, a lot of birthdays in August, I'll say that. But anyway, it's been an all right month so far, and an all right week. Like I said though, for our CSM, Vanessa, that you're always going to have a bad apple ruin the whole bunch, and that's basically what happened yesterday. Thankfully, she probably had a good day afterwards, but it's like, dude, people have to understand, we can't, a lot of companies, not just ours, but a lot of companies have policies similar, if not identifiable policies, or identical policies, I should say, to where nowadays you can't return something and just expect to get your money back. You got to make sure you either have proof you purchased it by receipt, or nowadays you have to have the card that you purchased it with a chip on it, or you slide the card. That way we could see the item itself was indeed purchased by you. Because like I said, what a lot of people have been doing, especially nowadays, because of what's been going on, is they will take an item literally off the shelf and try to pass it off as, oh, I want to return this, when we can clearly see in the camera, and 100 or the asset protector security, whatever, will come over, see it in the camera, see what you did, and go like, yeah, you're trying to return that? And confront them and say, you're trying to return that? And basically that person would be like, yeah, why? And it says, then what is this? And they can print, and honestly, nowadays, people can print out a video footage of you trying to do it and say, oh yeah, what is this? Show you it, and you'd be like, and that person would be like, ah, crap. And you see, that's what they need to realize. You can't get away with that kind of stuff anymore, because companies, stores have people on top of it. Hopefully on top of it. That's what I'm going to say, hopefully on top of it. But yeah, besides that, and of course, besides a few people that, here's the thing. Automatically, as a cashier, I will say this is the one little tidbit that kind of frustrates me and my fellow associates. Automatically, when we scan an item, when we scan an item, go like beep, and then put it in a bag. We scan an item, we automatically put it in a bag, thinking, okay, people are going to want bags. But now, since things have changed to where basically it's kind of a compromise of you can bring in your bags, but you have to bag the items yourself because of what's going on. Or now it's back to instead of free bags, it's 10 cents a bag. It's like, can't people just ask us first of all off the bat, like before we get ready to scan? Can't you just ask us? Do you guys still are you guys charging for bags now? So that way we could tell them, yeah, we are. It's 10 cents. Then that way they can say, okay, we don't want a bag. Some people do that. Thankfully, some don't. Sometimes the people that ask us, or immediately after we put it in the bag, they're like, oh, well, do you charge for bags? And we have to say yes. Now, I'll admit there are times recently over the past week, if not past weeks, where someone will when I start doing that, this person will ask you in a way, basically I've had people ask me in a way, are you charging for bags? They'll give you like that, they'll ask you in a way that's intimidating. So basically not to cause any trouble, and hearing it come out of them from that way, I basically tell them no, no. I have to say no. I tell them no. Most of the other time I will say yes, because we are. But when I get someone like that, like I've gotten over the past week or two, I have to say no because because I can almost tell. I don't know what it is, but I can almost tell that if I say, oh, well, yeah, they might have a temper. They might get angry and say, well, I thought you weren't charging for bags anymore. And I don't want to go through that. So I just say no. And then on top, so basically it's still a work in progress. It's still like what's going on is word getting out, basically getting the word out of, hey, you can bring your own bags in now, but you have to bag them. And we're charging 10 cents for bags again. It's still a work in progress, trying to get the word out about that. It's still a work in progress because there are some people, I will admit, older people, not so older people, that, the word won't get out to them just yet. And they will basically put the bag in front of you, or put the bag on the bag thing, or the bag rotator, and expect you to bag it. And what I do is I will bag it, but then after they leave, I will get some German-X or Suave hand sanitizer, and I will wipe it on my gloves, wipe it on my wrist if I have to get rid of any germs, to get rid of any possibility of COVID. Of the virus. I almost said it there. I mean, even though you could say it, I don't want to take a chance. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take a chance of getting the virus. I don't think any of us do. But again, it's because people haven't gotten word of, yeah, you can bring your bags in now, but you have to bag them. So yeah, but besides those little hiccups here and there, and that, it's been an overall good month. And like I said, we're back to it. Like I said at the beginning of the channel update, back to at the beginning of the vlog, we're back at a semi-normal basis around here. Again, with a tentative asterisk next to that, because things could change. And then, like I said, my work schedule right now for the next few weeks, I'm off on Wednesday, but again, asterisk next to it because that could change as well. But anyway, that's really about it, guys. That's really all I can say on this vlog. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up about what's going on from a channel update perspective. As far as my work schedule is concerned, as well as things getting back to normal basis around here for this time of year, semi-normal. And as well as just kind of vlog with you guys about what's been going on lately with my job, and what's been going on, with, everything besides that. And again, I do apologize for the phone ringing, the cell phone, because, my mom, wanted to let me know what's going on there on her end of things. And like I said, it's dumb that, banks don't inform you of, oh, we're going to be closed because somebody probably caught the virus or something. Anyway, though, guys, besides that, though, I just thought I'd come on here and do a little bit of a vlog here on this Saturday afternoon. I'll probably put this vlog up as an audio vlog on the podcast down the line later. But let me know what you guys all think. Comment down below. Thank you all for joining me live. Really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later. Have a good rest of your Saturday. And I am out. God bless and peace.